Welcome to Little Hearts Wellbeing, where small stories spark big courage. Today, Milo, the young clockmaker, will learn that one small action can change everything. In a quiet town where the air smelled of honey and gears, a young clockmaker named Milo lived in a workshop filled with ticking sounds and half-finished clocks. He loved to dream big. He imagined building a clock so perfect that it could sing at sunrise and glow like a star at night. But dreaming was easier than doing. Each morning, Milo said, "I'll start tomorrow." And each night, he told himself, "Tomorrow I'll feel ready." His shelves were full of shiny springs, colorful glass pieces, and dusty plans. Yet nothing ever came alive. Villagers often peeked inside, asking gently, "Milo, when will your great clock be ready?" He smiled weakly, "Soon, I just need to feel inspired." But inspiration never came, only silence. What if tomorrow never comes? Stay with us, because something is about to tick louder than any clock. One chilly morning, an old woman walked into Milo's shop. Her coat smelled of pine wood, and she carried a broken pocket watch. "Can you fix this?" she asked. "It belonged to my late husband." Milo nodded nervously. "I can. Tomorrow." The woman looked straight into his eyes and said, "Young man, time does not wait for tomorrow." Her words felt heavier than any gear. Milo promised to fix it soon, but as days passed, the watch sat untouched. Then something strange happened. Every night, the little watch ticked by itself, though no one had touched it. Its sound echoed softly through the room. Tick, tick, time doesn't wait. Milo couldn't sleep. He covered the watch, yet the ticking continued in his mind. Maybe it wasn't the clock that needed fixing. Maybe it was him. Have you ever heard time whisper to you? Milo just did, and the whisper was about to change everything. The next morning, a traveler entered the shop. He was Master Rowan, an old clockmaker known across kingdoms for creating timepieces that never stopped. He noticed the dusty shelves and smiled kindly. "Milo, you don't need more time. You need tiny time." "Tiny time?" Milo asked. "Yes," Rowan replied. "Do your work for only 10 minutes, even when you don't feel like it. 10 minutes of honest effort beats hours of dreaming." Then he placed a small sand timer on the table and said, "Each grain of sand is a small action. Alone, they seem nothing. Together, they build a lifetime." That day, Milo worked for just 10 minutes. It felt awkward, his hands heavy. But something inside him clicked. The gears turned, not only on his bench, but in his heart. Sometimes the biggest change begins smaller than a grain of sand. Milo began to show up every day. 10 minutes turned into 20. 20 became an hour. He fixed the old woman's pocket watch first, polishing it until it shone like morning dew. When she returned, she smiled with tears in her eyes. "She sings again," she whispered. The sound was soft, steady, full of life. Tick, tock, thank you. Word spread quickly. Villagers brought him old clocks, broken hourglasses, and even rusty bells. With each repair, Milo grew stronger. He was no longer waiting for tomorrow. He was living today. One night, after many moons, his dream clock was finally ready. When it struck midnight, it played a gentle melody that echoed across rooftops, waking children, birds, and even the stars. Everyone clapped, and Milo felt something warm bloom in his chest. Pride, born not from talent, but from effort. The music of discipline is quiet until the world starts to listen. Master Rowan visited again. He said, "You've built more than clocks. You've built trust, courage, and discipline." Milo smiled. "It started with 10 minutes," he said. Rowan nodded. That's how every great story starts, not with a burst, but with a beginning. From that day on, Milo taught every child who visited his shop the 10-minute promise. When you don't feel ready, work for 10 minutes. The rest will follow. The town called him the Clockmaker who beat tomorrow. And whenever life felt slow or dreams seemed far, people listened for his clock's midnight melody, a reminder that small actions can change everything. What's something small you can start today, even for just 10 minutes? How can you remind yourself to keep going when you don't feel ready? If this story made your heart tick a little faster, subscribe to Little Hearts Wellbeing. Here, every small story helps you build big courage, one tiny step at a time.